Nearly 5 years ago, back in grade 8, when I stood before you terrified, knowing only a handful of you, I promised you I would dance if you voted for me to be on student council. Clearly, my moves weren't good enough because I didn't win. I guess this is my second chance to show you I can dance. About a month ago, Mr. Liv called me down from my class. Thankfully, I didn't sleep in that day. While heading down to his office, I racked my brain for all the wrongs I've recently committed. Something I've been accustomed to. Was it because he saw my car parked in the staff parking lot? Or maybe it was because he saw me changing in front of my locker 10 steps away from the washroom. Arriving at his office, I found him alone with that solemn grimace he tends to wear. I gathered all the courage I could muster and went to shake his hand, but soon to realize that in doing so, his hand might become drenched from all the sweat that was lingering on my hands. He tells me, please take a seat. After sitting down, my beautiful prom date entered. At this point, I was only thinking one thing. How did my hair look? She sat beside me as Mr. Liv laid down the truth. Out of all the obligations he's given me, this one was the most overwhelming. He informed me I was voted valedictorian. At this point, I was wishing he would tell me to wash his car. But again, he told me to be philosophical. I don't even know how to spell philosophy. Sorry, listeners. Everyone, close your eyes. Now pretend that I've given you some philosophical guidance. Open your eyes and give me a standing ovation. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Vancouver Technical Secondary 2012 Convocation. We gather here today to celebrate our years of hard work and dedication. Before I begin, I'd like to give thanks to all the parents here and the ones that couldn't make it. You've given us lunch money when we've asked for it, even though it wasn't really for lunch and we were actually saving up for that new sweater. I'd like to thank the teachers for all their hard work writing notes on the slide for us to copy down, only to have us take a picture of it in the end. And lastly, I'd like to thank the admin for helping us deal with the school's hardships. Like, after lunch, when there's a ton of garbage in the cafeteria and hallways, you guys are always there to clean up after our mess. But there's a good reason why we litter in the halls. That way you don't notice us sneaking into class late. With all jokes aside, we thank you parents, teachers, and administration for all that you've helped us accomplish up to this point. Without your support and guidance, we would not be at this milestone today. And so I would just like to take a minute and have a round of applause from the grads in honor of anyone who has helped us arrive in the Orphan Theater tonight. All right, grads, this is it. The moment we've been waiting for has finally come. We've been through it all. The all-nighters spent trying to cram the entire textbook into your brain, only to get enough to pass the year. The classes we've skipped to study for the next, eat up on or faux. The spontaneous laughing that occurred while reading text messages in class, and the field trips that helped us extend the homework or test that was due the next class. But in all seriousness, the most memorable moments for me throughout the years were all the ridiculous theme days we dressed up for, the awesome school dances, the countless nights I spent studying with my friends, which were more social than anything, and that feeling when I found out that we had a prody day later that week. Amis Frenchies, nous ne sommes pas seulement un programme, nous sommes devenus une famille. Nous avons écrit notre premier de son choix multiple dans la classe de sciences humaines. Des livres que nous avons lus que personne ne comprenait vraiment. Nous avons dansé ensemble dans la classe de planning. Et nous avons écrit 1 million d'essais ensemble. Ces souvenirs seront avec nous pour toujours. Si on veut, on peut. These are just a select few choice moments from the past 5 years. All the experiences from grade 8 to this very night have molded us into who we are and will continue to influence us for years to come. For everyone who doesn't know, hockey is a tremendously large part of my life. Like any competitive sport, one of the most highly sought after level of achievement is to win provincials. One team in the Lower Mainland goes up to compete in the provincials each year. Only the best of the best make it. Now, several years ago, my team placed in the top 2 throughout the Lower Mainland. We were vying for that one coveted spot to go on to the provincials. We trained 4 days a week, on and off the ice. I worked in every ounce of blood, sweat, and tears my body produced, just to make it as a 6th defenseman on my team. The night of the big game, our team was pumped. Testosterone and emotions were flying. The air was positively electric. I spent probably about 90% of the game watching my team play. Although I couldn't make a difference on the ice, I made a difference off the ice. I was a positive spirit of the team, even when times were looking grim. Our team was down 3 goals to 2, right down to the last second until the clock ran out. And every player wearing the same jersey as I dropped their head with defeat in the midst of the train coming from their opponents. This was the first and last time of my teenage years that I felt the salty sting of tears streaming down my face. Watching your team lose while on the bench was an experience that no one should have to face. After that night, I thought about quitting the game that I loved, leaving behind everything I've known since I could skate on my own 2 feet. I felt long and hard about this decision, giving myself the ultimatum, but I decided to continue playing. I had to prove something to myself. I had to become a top 2 defenseman. That summer, I trained long and hard on and off the ice, even working with personal trainers. The same summer, I moved up in my age bracket, so I entered into the following season as a rookie. And throughout my hard work and dedication, I ended up becoming one of 3 rookies who made it on the team. During that season, I was once again the 6th defenseman, but that would only drive me to work harder. We didn't make it to provincials that year either, but I trained more vigorously and soon enough became a top 2 defenseman the following year. But even with all the time I had dedicated to hockey, I knew it was simply an extracurricular activity. And so school was and always has been my main focus, because it was in this moment I came to know hockey was not the future I wanted for myself. It was coming into this realization that I began to ask myself, what do I want to do when I'm older? This is one of the scariest questions that I've ever asked. After high school, I plan on continuing my studies and maybe going to university. Sorry if you guys lost any bets. and I plan on starting a career with the degree that I've earned. But I have no idea what I want to study after high school. When we were younger, we all dreamed to become an astronaut, doctor, video game designer, or play professional sports. What's changed? We can accomplish all of it. It can be done. It may seem like it's impossible and everyone may doubt you, telling you that it's the worst idea you've come up with. Forget about what people's conception of who you have to be. They are the bumps and turns in the road to fulfilling everything you've dreamed of for yourself. Someone once told me that life isn't about surviving the storm. but it's about how you dance in the rain. So far this year, we've faced so many difficulties that have profoundly challenged us, but we've all learned to deal with them and have grown from them. I'm going to be honest with you all, there will be more challenges to come. That being said, we cannot let those hurdles hinder us from what we are trying to accomplish. So if an opportunity presents itself to achieve your dreams, go for it. There may be obstacles, but those same obstacles will shape you into someone with a much more steel-like resolve and work ethic that cannot be matched. Don't be scared to take a chance, guys. This is our opportunity to build towards our future, to create the life you've always dreamed of, to be anything you desire. Trust in yourself, whether you decide you wish to continue your studies, travel around the world, or work. If in a year you find yourself in the same position you are now, then you've gained important life experiences that will help you become who you will be in the future. Dr. Seuss once said, "Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened." In life, you have to believe in something. Karma, faith, your gut, destiny, whatever. You have to believe that the dots will connect down the road, even when it seems like it's bringing you away from your path, and doing so will make a huge difference. I find it hard to believe that we're all done now. It seems like yesterday when I was an immature grade 8 dork, running around the school hallways with an abnormally large backpack. At least I'm taller now, and for the ladies, a little better looking. We're gonna do a little group activity now. Everyone, can you please raise your right hand? Everyone, please. Put your hand on the shoulder of the person to your right. Thank you. Now I can safely say that my speech today has touched all of you. We finally survived one of the many storms, which was high school. And now it is time to celebrate our childhood and begin our ascension to adulthood. But not before we dance our night away tomorrow at our prom. And now, as Jim Carrey stated in The Mask, it's time to P-A-R-T-Y, because we graduated. I wanted to do one thing basically my whole life. Mr. Liff and Midman might not approve of this, but on the count of 3, we're going to throw